Hello guys, today this is the Champions League league phase draw, and I'm looking forward to do the draw, man. And we will find out we will find out, man, who's gonna be playing who of the Champions League phase. So yeah, here are the teams from the parts, and here's the hosted teams. Here's the hosted teams. And by the way, Atletico Madrid will host the final. So yeah, they will host the final of the Champions League phase this year. So yeah, let's see if they do go very far this year. Atletico Madrid, we'll have to see. But yeah, before I start though, I'm gonna show you the format. Then this is the mini league draw. This is the parts, and this is the actual leagues. So mini league 1, mini league 2, mini league 3, mini league 4, or you can call it Atletico Madrid's mini league, Sparta Prague's mini league, Bayern Munich's mini league, and Newcastle United's mini league. Anyway, before I start the draw, I'm gonna explain to you guys the draw, how it's going to work. So I see you in the next video. All right, I already explained how it works. So I'm going to start this draw. So let's start with part 1 teams. So the teams in part 1 are USG, PSG, Liverpool FC, Napoli, Sporting, Barcelona, and Tottenham, and PSV Eindhoven. Okay, let's now go to Mini League 1, and we will see who they're going to be playing who. So I just already explained it that Liverpool and Napoli have to play in Newcastle's mini league, because if Liverpool don't, they will eventually play an English team, and they can't play against Arsenal's Chelsea and Man City, because all three of them have Italian teams, and Liverpool have Napoli. So two Italian teams cannot play each other. So Liverpool has to be in Newcastle's group for this year. All the others, they're going to go everywhere. Anyways, let's mix up. Let's shuffle them. Let's shuffle them. All right, and let's start the draw in 3, 2, 1. And it's Liverpool Napoli, so they automatically will be in Newcastle's. I just explained it because Liverpool cannot play against another English side, and same with Napoli, they can't play against another Italian sides, so they have to play in Newcastle's group, and Newcastle's mini league. So Liverpool and Newcastle will be playing in Newcastle's group. Hold on. We'll have to play in Newcastle's group. Newcastle's mini league. All right. Next. And stop. Tottenham and PSV. So Tottenham and PSV. So let's see if there's any available. So Tottenham PSV. They can play any of the hosted any of the mini leagues. Bayern Munich, yep, they can play any of them. So let's remove Tottenham and select. And they will be playing in the Atletico Madrid's group. So, they'll be playing in Atletico Madrid's. So Tottenham, the Europa League winners. Sorry about that. So they will be in Tottenham. And PSV will be playing in Atletico Madrid's mini league. Right. Next. And it's Sporting and Barcelona. Sporting and Barcelona. Where they're going to go? Sporting and Barcelona. Either Bayern Munich's mini league or Sparta Prague's mini league. And let's see who they're going to get. Bayern Munich's mini league. So, Barcelona... So Sporting and Barcelona will be joining Bayern Munich. They'll be joining Bayern Munich. Sorry about that. They'll be joining Bayern Munich's mini league. And then we all know who he is. And that is Union versus PSG. They'll be playing in Sparta Prague's. They'll be playing Slavia Prague. Slavia Prague's is. They'll be playing in Slavia Prague's mini league. So put them in there. Union and PSG. The Champions League winner. Congratulations to PSG, by the way. They won the Champions League and they are in part 1. And they won the league anyway, so they would have been part 1 anyway. So yes, that is it. That is the end of part 1. So the part 1 teams are done. So I'm going to read out the teams. So Atletico Madrid will be playing against Tottenham and PSV. Slavia Prague will be taking on USG and PSG. Bayern Munich will be playing Sporting de Portugal and Barcelona. And Newcastle will be playing against Liverpool and Napoli. Okay, let's move on to the next. So let's add them up again. Right, let's head into part 2. Let's head into part 2. Right, let's shuffle the part. Let's shuffle the parts. And also let's shuffle the mini leagues. Let's shuffle them up. Alright, before I start the part two teams, let's read out the teams. So Leverkusen, Ajax, Galatasaray, Marseille, Arsenal and Inter Milan, and Benfica and Real Madrid. Okay, this is when it's going to get tricky. So if a team comes out and the same team from the same association, is still being are selected, then obviously they cannot play each other. Anyways, let's start this. Let's start this in 3, 2, 1. And we will find out who it is. And it's Benfica and Real Madrid. So, Benfica, Real Madrid. So they cannot be in Bayern Munich's. They cannot be in Bayern Munich's group because they have Barcelona and Sporting. So Bayern Munich's mini league is not included. They cannot be included. Anyways, but the other three, they can play the other three. We'll find out who's it going to be. Where Benfica and Real Madrid's gonna go. And it's gonna be Newcastle United's group. Newcastle. So Real Madrid will be playing in Newcastle's mini league. So it's gonna be Benfica. So let's see, Benfica will be in Newcastle's one, and they will play against Real, and Real Madrid also gonna play there in that mini league as well. Real Madrid. Interesting, man. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, remove Newcastle and add Bayern Munich back. And get rid of Real Madrid and Benfica. Right, next. And it's Arsenal versus Inter. Arsenal versus Inter Milan. Arsenal versus Inter Milan. Them two have been selected. Now we have to find out where they're going to play. So, they cannot be in... Let me see. Yes, yeah, they can play all three, including the Tottenham, even including the Atletico Madrid's mini league. Yeah, they can play any of the three. They can play any of the three. Okay. They can play any of the three. So when Arsenal and Inter Milan, where they gonna go? Atletico Madrid's mini league. So Arsenal will be joining Atletico Madrid's mini league. And same with Inter. And the same with Inter Milan. So there's going to be a North London derby. So Arsenal will be playing against Spurs as well. It's going to be a North London derby. So Arsenal are going to play against Tottenham, PSV and Atletico Madrid. So there will be a North London derby. Okay. Next. And it's Galatasaray Marseille. Galatasaray and Marseille. So let's see where they can't play. Galatasaray, Marseille. Nope, they cannot be here. So Bayern Munich is the only option for them. Bayern Munich is the Bayern Munich's group. Bayern Munich's mini league is the only option for them, right? Because Marseille cannot be in Slavia Prague's group, so it's gonna have to be. They have to be in they're gonna have to be in Bayern Munich's group. So let's see. So Galatasaray. Galatasaray and Marseille will have to play in Bayern Munich's. And yeah, it's been selected, and now we all know that Leverkusen and Ajax, they will be joining in Sparta Prague's mini league. So let's just whoops. So make sure that's correct. Alright, so half the draw is being done, so let me just save this. So yes, part 2 teams has been completed. Now let's head into part 3. Let's head into part 3. Right, let's shuffle them up. Let's shuffle them up. And shuffle. Yo. Hold on, let me just change the settings of this as well. Let me change this up. Alright, let's read out the teams in pot 3. So Celtic and Athletic Bilbao, Eintracht Frankfurt, Feyenoord, Fenerbahce and Monaco, and Manchester City and Atalanta. Alright, let's start this in 3, 2, 1. And stop. And it's Celtic and Athletic Bilbao. Celtic and Athletic Bilbao. So Newcastle's part and Bayern Munich cannot be allowed because of Barcelona and Real Madrid. So those 2 leagues ain't available, mini leagues. But Bayern Munich and Newcastle, they only have 2 options: the Atletico Madrid mini league or Slavia Prague's mini league. We'll find out who it's gonna be. And Stop. Atletico Madrid's. They will be at Atletico Madrid's. No, no, they can't play against Atletico. Wait, hold on. Who is it again? Nope, they can't be Atletico Madrid's thing either. Yeah, they only have one option, and that is Sparta Prague's mini league. Sorry, my bad. I have to make sure I get this right. No, Slavia Prague is the only available. So yeah, Slavia Prague's mini league. Sorry about that. Let me see. Where is it? So Celtic will have to. Celtic will play. In Sparta Prague's group or mini league. Athletic Bilbao will also play there as well. Right, Slavia Prague is now not available. Right, next. And stop. Fenerbahce and Monaco. Alright, we will have to see. Right. Have to be careful not to put the teams. So, any French teams here? Nope. So they can play in Atletico Madrid's one. They can't be in Bayern Munich because of Galatasaray. And yeah, they are the they can play in Newcastle. Newcastle's mini league or hold on, Marseille. Hold on. I just have to figure this out. Yeah. So they cannot be in. Yeah, Atletico Madrid. Yeah, Atletico Madrid or Newcastle. Bayern Munich's one's not available. Atletico Madrid or Newcastle. I have to make sure I get this right. And stop. Newcastle's mini league. So Fenerbahce and Monaco. Fenerbahce and Monaco. All right, so that's the selection. So yeah, Fenerbahce and Monaco will be in Newcastle's mini league. Right. Who's left? All right. Next. And stop. Manchester City and Atalanta Manchester City and Atalanta. So let's see. They can play against Spurs. They can play against Spurs. Any Italian teams in here? Or English teams? Nope. So they can play both. They can play both. They can play any of the two options. Atletico Madrid's mini league or Bayern Munich's mini league. Just have to make sure that it's right. So we will find out who's gonna be playing. So Manchester City. We will find out. And it's going to be Atletico Madrid's mini league. So Tottenham will be playing against Manchester City. So Man City will play against Spurs. So Man City will play against Spurs. So where are they? Oh no. Oh no, they can't play. No, I just realised they can't because of Arsenal. They're going to have to play in Bayern Munich then. No, they can't play because Arsenal's in there. No. So that means they have to be in Bayern Munich's. I just have to make sure it's correct. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, cool. No, I just realised Man City can't play there because of Arsenal in there. And two English teams can play each other, but that wouldn't work. Just have to make sure that's correct. Yeah, they can't play in Atletico Madrid. So the only option now, so get rid of Bayern Munich. But the only option now is Frankfurt and Feyenoord. Oh no, they can't play. Somebody needs to change. Look. No, they can't play again. Feyenoord can't play against PSV. That doesn't work. Somebody needs to change. Somebody needs to be in this. Okay, I have to figure this out, man. If I put Fenerbahce up there, would it match? They need to be separated. Somebody needs to be moved, right? Man City can't go there. Celtic and Celtic could go there, or and then who's the other? Just making sure. They could be in Liverpool's group. Man City can't join there because of Liverpool and Newcastle. That won't work. It's gonna have to be them two. Celtic. No, they can't. No, because of Real Madrid. It's gonna have to be Celtic then. Celtic will be up there and put but Ajax is in there as well. No, that doesn't work either because of Ajax. Fenerbahce's gonna have to play. You know what? It's gonna have to be Fenerbahce gonna have to play in Atletico Madrid's. Yeah, they're gonna have to play in Atletico Madrid, and then Frankfurt. I'm just making sure there's no other. Just making sure there's no other teams. Frankfurt, Munich, Frankfurt. Yeah, that's cool. It's gonna have to do it that way. So Frankfurt will be in Newcastle's. Will have to be in Newcastle's mini league. Just making sure that's correct. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just making sure it's correct, man. Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. Just making sure. Yeah, that's correct. I will check in the end. So yeah, part 3 is done. Now let's head into part 4. Sorry for taking too long, but I just need to just making sure that the draw's correct. Anyways, let's go to part 4. Let's mix them up. And also let's mix them up as well. Right, let's read out the teams in part 4. So teams are part 4 are Chelsea, Juventus, Rangers, Villarreal, Borussia Dortmund, Olympiacos, and Victoria Pilsen and Basel. Right, let's start. In 3, 2, 1. Just have to make sure. And stop. Victoria Pilsen and Basel. Victoria Pilsen and Basel. Right? And they can play any of the four mini leagues. Hold on. No, hold on. No. Actually, they can't play against Sparta Prague. Yeah. So Sparta Prague was not available. Sorry about that. Yeah, but the other 3 they can play in. Alright. Now we'll find out who they're going to play against. In 3, 2, 1. Atletico Madrid's is mini league. Atletico Madrid's. I will make some changes if I think the draw's not right. But so far, they will be playing in Atletico Madrid's mini league. Right, next. And stop. Chelsea and Juventus. Chelsea and Juventus. So let's see where they can go. Chelsea and Juventus. They can be in Slavia Prague's group. Because there's no Chelsea, there's no English team, and there's no Italian team. They cannot be in Bayern Munich because of Atalanta, and Chelsea cannot be in Newcastle's mini league because of Liverpool, and Napoli. So the only option they have is Slavia Prague's group. That's the only option that they can have. They will be in Slavia Prague's mini league. So Chelsea and Juventus will be in Slavia Prague's mini league. Chelsea and Juventus. Right, last two. And stop. Rangers and Villarreal. Rangers and Villarreal. Rangers FC and Villarreal. So let's see. Rangers and Villarreal. Like, okay. They cannot. Okay, Celtics one's been used already. So they can play in Newcastle's group. Yes, there's Real Madrid in there, but there's an extra Spanish team, so they could play against Real Madrid, Benfica, and the others. So I will allow Villarreal to play against another Spanish team. And as for Rangers, there's no Scottish teams in there. So yeah, they got two available options where they're gonna go. So let's remove. Oops. They have two available options. Get rid of this. Right. And stop. Bayern Munich, Rangers and Villarreal. Bayern Munich. Hold on a second. So they will not play. So Villarreal will not play in Real Madrid's. They will not play in Real Madrid's mini league. So Rangers will be in Bayern Munich's. What happened there? Rangers and Villarreal. Whoops. Right. And the last one is Borussia Dortmund and Olympiacos. So I have to find out. Olympiacos, Dortmund, Olympiacos in Newcastle's. Right. Nope. Nope. Dortmund cannot be in a Frankfurt, so that needs to be changed. That needs to be changed. Nope, that can't happen because of Frankfurt. Dortmund cannot be in Frankfurt. Nope, that can't happen. Somebody needs to, okay, Chelsea and Juventus cannot be in Newcastle. It's going to have to be the other two. It's going to have to be the other two. Either Basel, Victoria Pilsen, or Rangers. Okay. Let's see. Nope, they can't be in Bayern Munich. Olympiacos. Olympiacos. And Dortmund. No, it's gonna have to be right. It's gonna have to be Victoria Pilsen then. Victoria Pilsen have to play in Newcastle's mini league. So put them in there. And I'm just making sure that it's correct. Okay. Borussia Dortmund. I'm just making sure there's no German teams here. No. And Olympiacos will be here as well. First Greek side. And then you put Victoria Pilsen and Basel. Right. Right. Anyways. So here it is. So here are the draws, guys, man. So it's been completed. If I see any errors, I will have to change them up later on. And then after that, later on, the fixtures will be announced. Who's going to be playing who in the first round of the Champions League. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the FIFA I hope you guys enjoy FIFA 25 or whatever the game's called. I hope you guys enjoy the Champions League league phase series when I'm gonna do Liverpool, obviously. And yeah, looking forward to play the new the current Champions League new format, or should I say the current Champions League format. Can't wait. But yeah, so that's the draw, guys. So before I go, I'm gonna read out the teams. So in Atletico Madrid's mini league, they have Tottenham, PSV, Arsenal, Inter Milan, Fenerbahce, Monaco, and Borussia Dortmund and Olympiacos. Slavia Prague's mini league, USG, PSG, Bayer Leverkusen, Ajax, Celtic, Athletic Bilbao, and Chelsea and Juventus. Bayern Munich's mini league, Sporting, Barcelona, Galatasaray, Marseille, Manchester City, Atalanta, Rangers and Villarreal. And Newcastle's mini league, Liverpool, Napoli, Benfica, Real Madrid, Eintracht Frankfurt, Feyenoord, and Victoria Pilsen, and Basel. If I see any, if I have made a mistake, I'm gonna have to change up the teams. But for now, it does look good. It does look good. So yeah, that's it, guys, man. That is the end of the draw. Next draw, I will do the Europa League. I'm looking forward to do the Europa League draw, man. So yes, yeah. So I'll see you guys in the Europa League draw, and goodbye.